First off, shouts out to Clarissa Shields, man, for becoming the first American boxer to win two-time gold medal. Two-time gold medal finalist. You know, much respect and much props to her, man, and her camp, for getting her to where she is. That's how I wanted to start this video off, man. I mean, the chick got hands. I didn't know anything about her. My brother actually had to tell me about her. I didn't know anything about her. Never heard of her before. I'm kind of embarrassed to say that, man. Because I mean, I stick to boxing like I do football, basketball. Like I do, man, a variety of sports. But boxing, man, is up there with my heart, along with track and field and all of that. But man, I just had to get that out, man. I didn't know anything about her. I don't know if you guys knew anything about her, but I hope you got a chance to see her fight. And if not, go back and check that out, man, because she can definitely put some hands on somebody, man. Outclassing the guys, outclassing the females. I mean, she much respect to her. But anyway, let's get into Errol Spence, man. Bundu. Man, I knew it. Before I even watched the fight, I'm like, this guy needs to get in there and stop Bundu. I mean, this is something that Keith Thurman, nobody has ever been able to do. None of these guys. Bundu always give people a hard time, man. Real hard looks. He does all of these, jittery movements, and, he's always, just busy up top and, herky-jerky. Kind of boxer, kind of fighter, man. He's that kind of guy. Gives you some real tough looks in there. And Errol Spence stayed composed, man, the whole fight. He did really well. He was moving off the jab. What I like about him is he kept his dominant foot on the outside of Bundu when Bundu was coming in on the inside. So he was turned at an angle to where Bundu couldn't really get to him. And he was going to leave himself exposed, which is what ended up happening later. But he was being slowed down because Errol Spence was going to the body. He was chopping and chopping and chopping at that body, man. And, man, my girl's phone is going off. I apologize for that, guys. But, I mean, he was chopping him down, man. So you knew it was just a matter of time before Bundu was going to get stopped. I had a feeling it would be like around 6 or 7-ish or something like that. So I don't remember what round he actually knocked him out in. I just saw the knockout. I was on the phone with my mom, having a conversation with her, so I was distracted. But I saw him go down, and then he went down again, and I'm like, oh man, it's a wrap. So I'm extremely proud of Errol Spence, man. But the only thing is now, he wants a shot at the world title. And you already know it's going to be complicated for him, man, because these guys saw what he got in there and did. Keith Thurman is aware of who he is and what he got in there and did. And his excuse for not wanting to get in there with Errol Spence is, oh, well, Errol Spence doesn't have enough experience. He hasn't paid his dues yet. Same thing with Danny Garcia. All of these guys, he hasn't paid his dues yet. He needs to pay his dues, and then, we'll give him a shot. I feel you guys. I mean, I feel him. Everybody, has to come up hard, especially in the sport of boxing. Nobody makes it that easy, except for if your name is Adrian Broner, or Danny the Gift Garcia. You can come out on top. So I know some of y'all gonna be mad about that. I actually like Danny Garcia, man, but he has been a gifted fighter. We all know that. If you watch boxing, I have to go into no arguments with you guys. I don't have to go into his resume. I don't have to go into, any of those details. You guys are already aware of what he is and what he can do and what he has done and what he didn't do. So, I mean, me sitting here saying that Danny Garcia didn't get gifted, it would be the same as me saying Adrian Broner hasn't been a gifted fighter. A guy, they giving him Christmas presents all the time, birthdays and Christmas presents, So Errol Spence is ready, man. He's moving up in the ranks, and the more he gets in the ring, man, the better he looks, the more he brings. He's extremely strong. Especially when it goes down to going to the body and throwing those hooks. He's an extremely strong guy. So I'm just happy, to, like I said before, man, to be witnessing what's going on, in the sport of boxing with some of these young guys, man. A lot of the older guys, the guys that's been around for a while, these champions, these guys, they've been, making it real difficult to enjoy it, as much as I do, as much as I know you guys do. They've been making it hard, man, because it's always one thing after another. With these guys that don't have belts, don't have the prestige, things like that, they end up getting in the ring, man, and they get the job done. But these guys is walking around with the prestige, with the pound-for-pound titles, with the belts. It's always something, And as a fan, as a guy that really loves this sport, I'm sick and tired of hearing that. That's why I did that last video about boxing's biggest punks, man, because I'm really getting tired of that stuff. I've kept my mouth closed a long time because I'm well aware of the politics of boxing. I know how it goes. I know, I know about all these promotional companies. I know about these shady managers. I know about this stuff, man, but I choose to not come from that perspective. I don't want to talk about boxing in that light. I want to talk about it from the fans' perspective, from your perspective as well. For guys that don't want to do videos, guys that don't want to get on these forums or what have you and type up how they feel about this or that. I'm speaking, for you guys. I'm coming from your perspective because I was that guy too, before I decided that, hey, I'm just going to start doing videos and putting this stuff out there, see where the like minds are, man. I respect what the rest of these guys are doing, Dante, Boxing Ego, everybody, man. I respect what these guys are doing. Their job is to report on boxing. I don't report on boxing, man. I comment on boxing. That's what I do. I don't report on that stuff. I comment on it, I watch it, and I give you the perspective of a real fan, a hardcore fan of boxing. I don't just watch the major events, man. I sit here and I watch world boxing, man. Like I said before in one of my other videos, you guys don't have a Fire Stick, go out and get you an Amazon Fire Stick or what have you, and make sure you load Cody up on it. And you too can watch all of these boxing events all the time. There's always boxing going on. I just don't want to pick up my phone and, hey, here goes a boxing match that took place in the UK today. Oh, it was one in New Mexico. Oh, it was one in Mexico this weekend. Like, nah, I'm not Dante and these guys, man. I'm not acting like I'm a reporter, I'm not saying they're acting. That's what they do. They get paid by YouTube to do what they do, I don't. So anyway, man, I hope you guys have enjoyed your weekend. I like to keep these videos at 8 minutes. Once again, congratulations to Miss Shields and Errol Spence, and respect to you guys, man. Anyway, peace.